The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him make an eye like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepared a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil, the cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I even. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja. Kremawe gromabe atela higzag beer tana istalina bashante shante shanti. Kremawe gromabe atela. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a Blakk Pot. And each time this Blakk Pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors find their way into a Blakk Pot, where they are subjected to some good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce what is known as food. Not just any food. Food in all its palatability and sumptuousness and nutritiousness. This is what we are looking at. People of different minds, different ideas, we all come together and voice all these ideas out through one voice. And this is that one voice standing here. I am the voice of the patriot. The voice of the people is the voice of God. That is why we are telling you that we speak truth to power. It's all about our nation. It's all about continent, Africa. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo. Here, we speak truth to power. We never criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll only do that to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is where all the action is. Today we have some very important issues to look at. And I must apologize for the late start of the show. And of course, yesterday we also had Doomsor in the whole area. We couldn't come your way at all. Today, my brother, my sister, we are starting late because of some technical issues. I believe that with time we'll be able to sort out all these things, and then we'll be able to get our own plants, and we will not have to rely on the national grid all the time. I do apologize for this. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Please share the broadcast. Yes, share it far and wide. We are streaming live and colored on Facebook and also on YouTube. My name is Blakk Rasta. Thank you so much for accepting me, your hosts. Number one, my youth, run it. Ghana faces 134 million debts as property seizures begin in South Africa. Oh my God. This is Trafigura. Remember, they supplied energy to Ghana and the Ghanaian government canceled the contract with no common sense. They went to court in England and won the case. Now, the courts are saying something simple. Ghana must pay 134 million American dollars to Trafigura. Now, this money that is supposed to be paid, my brother, my sister, Ghana is finding it difficult to pay. And therefore, the collateral, whatever Ghana has put down in case it defaults in payment, will be seized, including our national buildings in England. Now, Trafigura is saying it's not enough. They will have to go all the way to South Africa and collect some more Ghanaian properties to be able to offset the 134 million debt. and they are not going to relent. They would seize this. This is published by Ghana Web. It says 134 million American dollar judgment debt. Trafigura starts processes to seize Ghana's properties in South Africa. Run it, my youth. Run it, my youth, and start it properly. Start it properly. Start the story properly. Now, this is the story that is making the rounds, my brother, my sister. And Ghanaians are beginning to cry. Ghanaians are crying. Ghanaians are wondering what is happening to the nation. My brother, my sister, they have already started picking up Ghanaian properties in England. And they realize that it won't be enough. They will have to go all the way to South Africa to continue collecting Ghanaian products. My brother, my sister, Nana Akufo-Addo and his people have dealt Ghana a very terrible blow. This is a treacherous government, and it's so sad that they have pushed the country into this dark arena. Trafigura's Ghana Power Generation Company, GPGC, has served notice to the government of Ghana that it has commenced the process to implement the arbitration in its favor, following the failure of the government to pay its 134 million judgment debt. Now, in a letter to the Minister for Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, which has been cited by Ghana Web, Trafigura also indicated that in addition to the 16 banks with ties to the government of Ghana, it plans to subpoena US-based corporations affiliated with the government. Further to our letter of September 20, 2024, to which we have not yet received a response, we can confirm that we have today filed the relevant papers to commence enforcement of the arbitral award in South Africa. As a courtesy, we have enclosed at Annex 1 the filings with this letter as service on the government of Ghana through diplomatic channels. Though through diplomatic channels, well, I think they wanted to say, though diplomatic channels may take some months. In addition to the 16 banks based in the United States, the GPGC has subpoenaed as evidence in the attached at Annex 2. We plan to issue further subpoenas to US-based corporations with ties to the government of Ghana later this week, with further action to follow. Part of the letter, which was signed by the director of GPGC, Patrick Blakk, reads: the company, however, indicated that it would prefer not to implement the arbitral award against the government of Ghana. It asked the government to settle the judgment within a week to prevent it from implementing the judgment of the courts. Wow, that should have it. Yatu abapa. Yatu abapa o. Yatu abapa. Abapa amutu yenu. That is what you are seeing right now. Galamsey, wanton stealing and thievery. Now, the little properties that we have in England, South Africa, and some other places, one company is going to take everything. What kind of a nation is this? My brother, remember when Trafigura came into the country and started, after signing a contract, to provide energy to us. Now, the sad thing is this: who signed the contract? We all know that in Ghana, before such contracts are signed, there would be kickbacks and kick funds. Some minister is sitting somewhere and he's looking for money to pocket. When people are even bringing charity into the country, some government officials are looking for kickbacks, bribes. We are a nation of bribe takers. We are a useless people with no common sense, and we vote useless people into power. It hurts me. My brother, how much bribes did Trafigura pay? Did they pay any bribe at all? Your guess is as good as mine. When we are signing contracts, we don't care what happens to our nation. All we care about is how much money goes into our personal pocket. There are a lot of Ghanaians who are ready to drop a bomb on Ghana as long as somebody gives them money. There are a lot of Ghanaians who are ready to sell out Ghana as long as they are giving some bribe. When we are signing contracts, we don't put Ghana first. We put our pockets first. At the end of the day, when the bad contract is signed, and we come back to see that, oh, we will need to amend a few things, we'll see some clauses that are unamendable. And when we relent, this is what happens. Ya to about Bonnie, Erade, ya to about Bonnie, this wicked, dirty government in power. And they say they want to break the 8. They want to break the 8 with this nonsense. My brother, they are taking Ghana's property. The properties that do not belong to this government. Property that we got as a nation over all these years is taking one day for somebody to just go there and pick this property and walk away. Well, I am sad. The only thing I can do is to talk about it, to crave your indulgence to put the nation first. But with Nana Akufo-Addo, so this was what you promised us. The TC Council. Is this the best you can give Ghana for the 8 years that you are president? Ghanaians are in a hurry to sweep your feet off. You are the worst president this nation has ever had. Your legacy is oversized coats and suits. Your legacy is flying around the world with the taxpayers' money and coming home with nothing. It's sad. But here we are. You have put us into this mess. You are going to leave it. You will soon die and go away because you have reached a certain age. If all other things remain equal, but those who are yet to be born, they might grow. They might even be born and will never meet you. But they will remember your legacy, what you have left for Ghanaians. That's my way. The Pranechi. Pranechi is sad. I don't know how many Ghanaians feel comfortable in these times. And these people still have supporters. People are running helter-skelter, demonstrating. Demonstrators have been arrested. Of course, in some cases, we have violence and foolishness amongst demonstrators, which we don't endorse. But at the end of it all, is the most useless government we have seen in our 10. In fact, I want to say something that sounds stupid, but I'll still say it. Those who died before Nana Akufo-Addo became president, they are blessed. Those of us who are alive and have so much hope that this man will do something, we have died spiritually. We are just walking like headless jacks. How many of us agree? The nation has become a nation of hopelessness. And they don't want us to say that. How many of our people are running out of this nation to Libya? Some are running to Mauritania. What is in Mauritania? A lot of Ghanaians want to go to Afghanistan. Why? A lot are running to Russia to go and help the Russians drop bombs on Ukraine for a living. Was this the nation we bargained for? Well, to God be the glory. Next story, my youth. The next story says National Cathedral CEO earns 21,000 Ghana cedis monthly amidst controversy. He's the CEO, right? I thought it was the secretary or the cleaner. 21,000 Ghana cedis. This is the National Cathedral. Don't be fooled. This is the drawing of the National Cathedral. But the real thing is an empty hole. Recently it rained and frogs were swimming in there. Demonstrators were able to open it. And a lot of people got inside and had a fair swim of the money that has been sucked out of them to start this project, which God himself is anointed with. This is the National Cathedral. It is the most expensive hole in the world. This is what it is. Over 56 million American dollars pumped into an empty hole that is now the comfortable home of frogs and toads. Today, we are hearing that a man who told us several months back that he was not being paid and he was doing it voluntarily is receiving 21,000 Ghana cedis every month from the sweat of the people. And who is telling us this? His name is Malik Basintale. National Cathedral CEO is paid 21,000 Ghana cedis a month. Run it by you. Now, the Deputy Communications Officer of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Malik Basintale, has alleged that the National Cathedral Project CEO, Dr. Paul Opoku-Mensah, is paid 21,000 Ghana cedis every month by the government, despite the suspension of the project. According to Malik, the Board of Trustees, including the General Overseer in 2022, said that they were working without any payment. Now, in 2022, he came to tell us that the National Cathedral Project was suspended in 2022. Now, in that same month, the Board of Trustees, those who were left, including the Overseer, their boss, Dr. Opoku-Mensah, said they were working free of charge for the people of this country and that they were not taking allowances. They were not taking salaries. He said, this is his pay slip. Every month, the government pays him 21,134 Ghana cedis. That he is the General Overseer. Controller has indicated that General Overseer for National Cathedral for work done as the Executive Secretary of the whole. Did you hear that? Executive Secretary of the whole. He then showed pay slips of Dr. Opoku-Mensah, including that of August 31, 2024. Malik noted that the General Overseer should be jailed because he cannot receive salary for work not done. Expressing disappointment, Malik said, the police have decided not to arrest this man. They have decided not to arrest corrupt individuals who are siphoning money from the state, galamsey kingpins, causing havoc to the people of this country, ministers and politicians who have stolen money from the state, and yet they go after a pregnant woman, a man who just closed from church, a minor of 8 years has been arrested. To support his claim, Malik Basintale wrote on X afterwards about this, sharing a copy of the supposed pay slip with it. And the pay slip is clear. That is it. Malik Basintale put it out. This cathedral is so shady. It's like they are building a house for prostitutes. It's like they are building a slaughterhouse to shed innocent blood. First, they run to Israel to pick a rock from there. They flew it all the way in first class, chartered flight, with the permission of the Israeli government, to come and lay it as the foundation of their cathedral. The Israelis were laughing at us because in their country, homosexuality is allowed. In their country, they smoke marijuana more than even in Jamaica. In their country, there is prostitution. And if you are looking for a holy stone, are you going for that holy stone from Israel? Is Israel the same as the Israel that was announced in the Bible, or it doesn't matter? Then you could have as well gone to Sodom and Gomorrah to pick a rock so that you can come and lay it as the basis of your foundation. Let me get a little bit more serious. So this is the CEO, aka the Executive Secretary of the Cathedral, who claimed that he was not being paid, but pay slips have come out. He's pocketing over 21,000 Ghana cedis from the Ghanaian coffers. Yet, he's quiet about it, and it is only a hole. Find me photographs of the hole. It's sad. The National Cathedral is nothing but a very expensive hole as it stands right now. A few days ago, people were swimming in the hole because rain had fallen. What work are they doing that deserves some payment? All the good-meaning people who were part of the cathedral have all left it. Even the main proponent of the cathedral, Reverend Owusu Bempah, has left. He decided that he will not be part of it. It was time for him to say bye-bye. Today, my brother, my sister, somebody would ask me, why a cathedral at all? The president said he had promised God that if God made him president, he will build him a house. You have promised God that you build him a house. Now you are pushing Ghanaians to pay money from their pockets for you to build a house for God. Why don't you raise the money yourself? What arrogance. This is the empty hole. Now it contains water from the rain. And now Choco children can come there and swim. They are tired of swimming in the sea. Jamestown, boys and girls can come and swim there. To God be the glory. Posterity would judge us as a nation. Dash it away. When we return, we have more to share with you. Please send in your messages via YouTube and also via Facebook. We will read them time after time. My name is Blakk Rasta. Hey! Why? Wayo!
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show, and here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. All right? Next story. Too late to demand land minister's resignation. And this is a man called ATUGUBA. How many of us know ATUGUBA? He's a lawyer, an astute lawyer. That's him. We all were not there. When we get there, we shall cross the bridge. Do we all remember these famous utterances in the days when we went to court seeking to validate or otherwise a certain election that rocked our nation? This was the man who sent to jail somebody who spoke against lawyers and judges and against the courts. ATUGUBA. Do we all remember him? I love him. But what is he saying? Run it, my youth. Watch this. And this is from my Joy Online. Galam say, it's too late to call for land minister's head. And this is Justice ATUGUBA. Former Supreme Court Judge Justice William ATUGUBA has stated that now is not the appropriate time for President Akufo-Addo to remove the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Jinapor, given that the president's term is coming to an end. According to him, replacing the minister will not substantially resolve the issues of illegal mining, as the new minister would only have a few months to tackle it. That's it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Mr. ATUGUBA, with all respect, even if he dies, we can still take him to court and punish him. You are a lawyer, you should know this, and you know it. We trial people post-mortem. People die and we still trial them. Is it true or false? Marcus Garvey was handed a jail sentence for post-fraud. He's dead now. But Pan-Africanists are still going to court, asking Barack Obama in the days of him as president, in fact, to scrape it off the books and validate the point that Marcus Garvey was not a criminal and that It was a mistake. But still, it is in the books. There were some who posthumously were freed. So we can have a posthumous trial. The fact that he has how many days more to go does not mean that we cannot impeach him. He's the worst last minister this nation has ever seen. And he should bow down his head in shame. Recently, Abu Jinapo was not even allowed to go to his hometown with any delegation because the Yogbon would have felt insulted by his behavior. I'm glad that he went to bed finally and he did the needful. But these guys, they get the opportunity, they mess up, they play the fool. Young boys who are put in very responsible positions. And they come and misbehave. You'll be shocked how much wealth this man has been able to, amass. And his ilk. A lot of things like that are happening, my brother, my sister. And it's so sad. It's terrible. Now, politicians only get into power, and all they are interested in is stealing and amassing wealth. No wonder Haruna Idrisu recently said that there's no honor in being a politician. Everyone sees you as a thief. What is happening to us? What's wrong with us? This guy is the worst last minister the nation has ever had. Bring his photo here, quick. You come from an area that is so deprived. This guy comes all the way from Gonja, where poverty is their middle name. People from the north are so poor that poverty itself is running away from them. You've had an opportunity to serve the people of the area. And all you can show is one tongal and say, people stealing lands, dead people have lands that they are giving to people forever. Say, John, my brother, you are the most useless last minister this nation has ever had. You have a few days more to correct this if you can. If I were you, I would resign. I'm so ashamed of this guy. My brother, dash him away. Such people, you have so much hope that because they come from deprived areas, depraved areas, they will remember the suffering of their own people. But no, a lot of them just go in there and thinking about themselves alone. How can you, a last minister, your tenure of office has seen nothing but galamsey and wanton stealing of land, destruction of the forest? You sit down there and wear your suits. How many people in Gonja wear suits? If I were you, I would never wear a suit. I wear the Gonja smock and sell my tradition and much more. When Asante Yini and his people are flourishing in their kente and all that heavy, beautiful tradition, it's not by chance. It was intentional. Selling the tradition of the people, the rich history of the people. But as for some other people, no, they are quick to want to be like white people. Dash it away. When we return, we will be taking your messages. So, Lawyer ATUGUBA, bring his photo here. With all respect, you are not my learned colleague. You are a colleague who is learned. You are a big brother who is so learned. I don't agree that he has only a short tenure to go. And for that matter, when we change him, nothing will change. No, we have to teach them a lesson. Even if it was left with 2 hours for him to hand over power, it will be documented that he was fired. He was sacked. Look, let me tell the story of Leopold II. See if you can find me the photograph of Leopold II, King Leopold II. Look, he named Democratic Republic of Congo after him. Leopoldville. That was his name he gave to the place. He saw the place as his backyard. It was not even for the people of Belgium. He was a Belgian king. Very corrupt and wicked. When he died, you know what they did? They brought his corpse out even in Belgium, laid it on the street and hooted at the corpse. They hooted at the corpse. Oh! 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 Jilo, Jilo, oh! Jilo, Jilo, oh! If the living know that when they die, after performing so abysmally, they will hoot at their corpse, they will perform better. How many people agree with this? In my tradition, every man and woman, when they grow to a certain age, you know what they do? They look for the shroud that they want to be buried in, like ancient Egyptian kings. They prepare their own tombs. This is my tomb. When I die, I want this kind of incense in there. I want this kind of bed. I want that. I want that. Even Tutankhamun was buried with his own knife. This is the dirty king called Leopold II. He forced people to bring him rubber. The Congolese and those who went out there to bring him rubber, if they couldn't get it, he cut off their hands. This dirty king. And when he died, they put him on the streets and hooted at him. Oh, Jula, Jula. I don't agree that Abu Jinapor has only how many days more to go. Sack him. Sack him right now. It will be a lesson to everybody. Or else we all will wait. When it's 1 month to our end of tenure, then we start to misbehave. After all, nobody can sack us. Last days must be made truly dangerous. That should happen. When we return, we'll take your messages. Hey! Way! Way-oh!
Skipper George. Blackpot. Coco show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Coco Shonomo. And here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are rolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers. And of course, send your messages in. Wani Boy says, welcome, King Blakk. Woyoy. Harry Akutia says, welcome, Blakk Rasta. Harry says, welcome, Blakk. Woyoy. Mohammed Banjaya one says, Anula Mbiale, home sweet home. They call it not, we call it home. Sankara Yele with Hudu Swa. Greetings to you, the entire crew, the listeners and viewers, and all the youth groups in Yendi. Woyoy! Signed MC Nonga Scorpion. Sufyan Suleimana says, much blessings to the king of patriotism and his crew. Happy watching you live, my godfather. Love and respect. Labisa says, people who go there to sleep are employed by whom you know in government. I like that. So those who are sleeping on the job, they were employed by the master sleeper. Yes. They are same best, so they flock together. Goswe Jata says, live in Kumasi, come here. Wayo! Issa Bilal says, God bless you, Blakk, and bless you too, Issa. Musa Karim says, good job. Finn Ahmed Eko says, welcome, legend. Zion Genesis says, say it loud. What billions or says, wait, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Next story, my youth. Escape to Germany. The untold absconding story. Who is absconding? My God. Japa. They are Japaing. Amu Japa is the latest term in Ghana. Japa. Tell somebody say they Japa. It means that you are running out of the country. The country is too hot, so you are Japaing. Oh, Irade. Ya to abapa. Ya do abapampa. Abapa. How I have absconded in Germany after arriving for a football tournament. Ghanaian man reveals. He's telling you how to Japa. A Ghanaian-based Ghanaian. I like that. A Ghanaian-based Ghanaian. The Gombas will say, La balje gregre. It means when you are telling a story, don't rush. Take it easy. La balje gregre. A Germany-based Ghanaian social media sensation, Richmond Appiah, widely known as Mad Lion, has detailed how he absconded in Germany after traveling to the country for a football tournament. In an interview with the Abrochre Yede YouTube channel, Richmond Appiah explained that once the opportunity came for him to travel with the team, he did everything possible, including offering bribes. Onu, to allow him to travel. I used to play football in Sunyani with the likes of Free Aqua and other guys. One day we had an opportunity to play a tournament in Germany, and I made the team. To make the trip, I had to make money offerings to some people. But that is Ghana for you. Once we got here, because of the plans I already had, I absconded. And that's how I settled in Germany. The confessions of Berlin Lion follow recent events where some Ghanaian Paralympic athletes absconded after arriving in Norway for a tournament. The bizarre incident was reported in a letter signed by the National Security Minister, Albert Kandapar, giving an account of how the team fled following accusations of impersonation. The letter noted that the 11-member team was expected to participate in the Voigtkraft Bergen City Marathon on April 27, 2024. The team was said to have arrived in Norway on April 25, 2024, but failed to register for the competition, and thus were not in attendance for the event 2 days after their arrival. Wow. Even the supporters who came here to cheer us on ran away. How much more me? Our coach was the first to abscond, and the rest of us followed. We were about 24, and all of us were Ghanaians. One of the 24, out of the 24, only 6 were players. The rest were hustlers who paid money just to be part of the team because they wanted to leave Ghana. Did you hear that? They took 24 people to Norway, and out of the 24, only 6 were players. The rest were hustlers. In Ghana, we call them passengers. They flew them there. The first person to run away was the coach. The supporters who were supposed to cheer them on, when they saw the coach going, they followed him. And the players said, so who is going to cheer us on? Who is even going to coach us and direct us on the field of play? They also Japa. You see where your nation is going to. I never knew that Ghana would come to this level. We need sensible leaders, patriotic leaders. And I'm saying this without apology. What kind of a country do you have that everybody's running out of it? How many Ghanaians will be taken to Togo to go and do athletics and they will run away? Show by hands. How many Ghanaians will be taken to Togo and to go and play football and they will run away? They won't do that because they believe that it doesn't make sense. But when they travel abroad, they stay there. What can we do to alleviate this situation? Patriotism. Love your country. If we know we have an option, and that option is that we can run and leave the country, then who is going to stay and build it? The country will remain ajar. It's like a broken door. Everybody passes by it and says, oh, the next man coming will fix it. The next man coming will fix it. I'm so much in a hurry. Next man, oh, I'm in pentem. Next one, obi beba beye. Obi pentem we come to me. Obi beba beye. Obi beba beye. Obi beba beye. They will do that until the next 100 years. Obi beba beye. Nobody's responsible enough to come out and say, let me fix this. It's like our roads. There's a big rock lying in the middle of the road. All the cars are dodging there. big rock. They are dodging it and it causes traffic over a 20-kilometer space. Everybody is dodging it. Nobody has the common sense to come down and say, let me move the rock. No, the security people will come and remove it. Oh, the next car will come and remove it. So I decided that I'll park my car. Listen, I will park my car and take the rock. When I parked the car and it was coming down, horn at the back. Beep, beep, oh, masa fioko adey. Masa de fioko adey. Tuka nu fio adey. And somebody told me something that I'll never forget. I don't know if I should be saying it. When I came down and bent over the rock, somebody shouted, Adey, kokomba niana. I said, hey. Instead of taking the rock, I walked up to him and I said, who's it here? Who patches a kokomba for na omuni mnyansana? And there be a kokomba ni. Because adia muya no nyas bia ni hwe traffic achiwa mu nyina mu ba mu dodge rock no me masi ebe fa rock a wusi me ekokomba ni and the chese me kwa na minim nyansa more than the 10,000 vehicles that have passed here. This is the only wise man. So if you are a kokomba, God bless you, you are a wise person. When I took the rock, watch you, I took the rock, threw it away, and decided to park my car on the right side of the road in the bush. Traffic started moving. I became uncomfortable because those driving by were just mentioning my name. They didn't know that I had stopped to clear the road. That is what Ghana is suffering from. Everybody says the next person will do it. Oh, we are giving birth to children. They will make Ghana better. No, make Ghana better now. Even Nanado, a president who is not patriotic, he said, the next NPP government would fix the problems. Anyway, are you going to run? I travel all over the world. Anywhere I travel, I come back. If I tell you the number of people who have confronted me or come to me, oh, we want to add people to your trip so that we'll pay you this amount of money. They are even scared to approach me now. I'll never do it. I don't have a problem. I can take you outside the country, go and see things for yourself, but come back home. I don't have a problem. If you get your genuine papers and go there to work, whatever money you get, you come and improve your family and the nation. But some people, they go there and they want to stay there. They only want to return home when they die so that they will bury them in their village cemetery. I don't have a problem if you want to go there and study. Even me, I studied at the University of Coventry for my master's. Today, I'm doing some other, courses in something which I don't want to tell you, outside the nation, in South Africa and some other places. It's not a problem to travel, but it's a problem when you travel and forget your motherland. And that's what Japa is all about. How can a whole team run out and leave the national glory? You went there to represent the nation. Everybody ran away. The nation can go to hell. These are the people who never make it. These are the people who are on the streets and they are shot by Norwegian police and American police because they live like rats. They don't have papers. So anytime they hear the police siren, they are running. Meanwhile, the police is running after some thieves. So when you start running, they think you're a thief, they shoot you and kill you. Why? Or this shepherd, a royal, is behaving like Aqua in some other person's country. Dash it away. Next story, my youth. Hey, ready? Oh, Jesus. Moesha Boudong. Updates. How many of us know Moesha? Sexy and hot. Woo! Please don't take off this photo. Let it remain there. Woo! Look at the hourglass. Beautiful, isn't she? Beautiful. Hot. Her downfall started when she went to carve this shape. She went under the knife and the surgeon gave her this. She became one of the sisters who did a lot of prostitution plenty prostitution in this country. She told CNN, oh yes, as for me, any man who can take care of me is the one that I'll go with. That's prostitution. To offer sex for money is prostitution, no matter how you want to call it. So hot, she lived for men and sex. She's my sister. So I'm not going to go too deep into it. Look at her shape. She became an actress. I never saw a movie with her in, but she is said to be an actress. I met her once all my life. My brother, today, look at what she looks like. Please bring me photos. That's her. You see Moesha now? This is what she looks like. You have more photos of her? Now you look in the same story. There are photos of Moesha in there. What she looks like right now. So this is her lying down. The shape is all gone within a period of 8 months. Number 2, to keep that shape, you have to use money. There's no money. There was a time she said some things that I do not want to repeat. She said, for her to date a certain man, you have to be of class. You must own this and own this and own that. When she fell ill, her family decided to go to the poor people who didn't own what she wanted before she would date those people, to donate money so that they would take care of her. My brother, this was a lady who drove a Range Rover at a point. All those have been sold to take care of her. But this is Moesha. This is what she looks like now. You see the face? Her whole left side, the leg and the arm, gone limp. That's her. That's Moesha. No matter how much makeup she puts on herself, she can't even stand anymore. Her left hand is all gone. Her left leg is all gone. She granted an interview to Kokonsa. And my own blogger and producer, Caleb Neboy, posted it. So this is a story by Kokonsa. It says, Ghanaian actress and socialite Moesha Boudong has opened up about her ongoing health battle, revealing that half of her body is currently paralyzed. In a recent exclusive phone interview with Okonkonsa.com, the once vibrant entertainer shared that she has been unable to walk or speak properly for several months. While her speech has partially returned, she still faces significant challenges in mobility due to her paralysis. I went off completely and I was in bed for several months. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. I thank God I am better now. As you can see, I talk now, even though I'm still struggling to speak properly. Half of my body is paralyzed now. One of my legs and one of my hands are not functioning now. So I can't type on phone now. I can only talk on phone. Moesha disclosed. Despite her condition, Moesha remains optimistic, expressing faith that God will heal her completely. I know God will heal me, and I will become a global superstar. Dash. So, the once very vibrant, hot, and beautiful, I'm getting emotional, Moesha Boduong, who was the toast of men, international and local, men with big money. She wasn't hiding it. She said she went where there was money. I loved her. I still love her. And I'm happy for her for one thing. I'm sure she's learned a lot of her lessons. In this state, where are the men? By now they are saying that they paid for the body. They are looking for the next girl with the shape, same surgeon carved body, so they could feast their libidos. I brought this story because I want all our young girls and daughters to learn from that. I know and I pray that she gets well. And when she gets well, she will be the superstar that she wants to be. This time around, she'll be more careful and will not live mondially. She will not live by the sweetness of the flesh or the dictates of the flesh. I know she'll be okay. There's a GoFundMe for her. They wanted $10,000. They raised only a little above $5,000. Many have refused to contribute because she said that we were not her type. Why should we give her anything? If you do that, you are not wise. Please, we all make mistakes. And when people come to us and say, hey, boy, do something. If we can support, why not? I'm going to take time and go and visit her. Moesha Boudong. At a point, we all used to sit back and watch her and say, woo, this is it. She had friends all over. But every little thing she has now, I'm sure she sold everything. But she has faith in God. God will heal her. She will be on the road again. I know people who have recovered from stroke 100%. Half of the body is gone. Well, God is the master healer. Take your diet very seriously. If you can't be a vegetarian like me, exercise. Even if it's one side, just exercise. Anything you are a little comfortable with, do it. Do it. And take your spirituality more serious. Open up. I wonder how many men who were lasting over her body will go to this lady now. Find me a photo of Shatawale. Last night I was speaking with Shatawale. I know he's not going to be happy I'm going to say this. And when I mentioned Moesha, because I wanted to do this story today, I said, Shatta, I hear you dated Moesha some time ago. He said, oh no. Me and he never date too. Then she they love me. She they like my matter. He they come the stage sometimes to just wave at me. If I day studio to you go come there with me. He just they like my matter. But me then he never dates. But Rasta make I tell you something. Make you not tell anybody. That's what you know me. I don't go tell anybody. And thank God I'm not telling anybody. Don't tell him I said this. He said he has dedicated one Shaxi car to Moesha. Every week or so, I don't know if it's a month or a week, it's escaped me. But every period, some money comes from that car and they give it to Moesha. I want to pretend that I don't know the amount. I'm not going to divulge everything. But for Shatawale to think about this lady, from when she was sick, even before, dedicated one car and said, you see this car, any money this car makes goes to Moesha. It's almost like I've given this car to Moesha. They work and send the money to her. That's why I keep saying, if there's heaven and if there's hell, one day some people that we all did not see as spiritual will be walking into heaven, and those we saw as godly will be languishing in hell. He's doing this. Nobody has seen it. He hasn't told anybody. He mentioned it to me in a secret conversation. But I just felt that I shouldn't sit on this alone. Whatever you can do to help a brother or a sister, forget about what they represented and what they did not represent. Today, some of the people that I don't agree with, if later I have to be of support to them, we think I'll run away. If today I'm walking and one of them all of a sudden falls down, we think I will not carry him to the hospital. I will. We have differences, but we are not enemies. I pray that Moesha gets well and she even becomes better. She's still a very young lady. God will heal you. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and time now to go. Let's see your final messages. Abdul Malik says, a Salaga Soldier. Yeah, and on the album, we have a song there called Thief President. You know that song, right? Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be angel. When you're sick, You run go a London. When we sick, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you they sleep at night too. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like your savior. But you a thief, you no say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? I see the people crying every day, oh, them want food, them can't find. I see the youth looking for a job, oh, every way, them can't find. Mr. President, him just barely full, oh, in a main family, them no suffer, oh. Suffer, the poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man no they suffer, lie, suffer, the poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man no they suffer. Thief President. Mahmoud Demba says you are not reading my messages. Are you sure? I just read your message. Blakk says, hi sir, please considering that Nana Kwame Bediako is a young man, why don't you sit him down and coach him? For I think he has a good heart for the country, but maybe the approach. I think so too. Yeah, well, if he needs coaching, you don't know the arrogance of this guy. That's why you are saying that. I got so close to him, but arrogance. He wants everybody to say, sir to you. You can't get me to do that. Dabi, ubwa. So me and him, after that arrogance is shed off, it's going to be very difficult. He can be in his corner. Fortunately, I'm not one of those who run around and be begging for pennies. No, I'm too blessed to be cursed. Sola Jimawena says, good evening, Blakk. Warrior is back. All right? TCJJ says, I'm watching the black pot here. I have a yellow pot there. MCJD says NKB. What's the meaning of NKB? Not what? Nana Kwame Bediako. Okay, all right. Okay. Ahmed Hussein says you are making too much sense, Blakk. Thank you, sir. Shukran. Habibi. Matthew Akedong says, Wayo, Blakk, watching you from Kansas City, United States of America. Anyway, my name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you from our studios right here in Accra, Ghana. I want to say I love you, I appreciate you. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Same time, 6 p.m. until 7, if we don't have any technical difficulties. In the interim, hey! Guayo!